Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today, let's talk about why men don't want to work. So I made a video in the past, I think it was like 2 months ago, talking about why men are leaving the workforce. This video is going to be a little different. Today, I'm going to describe to you the average man's life and why things are set up in society. I don't know if it's by design or just by our natural progression as humans, but they're designed to keep us comfortable, right? They're designed to keep us numb, right, to reality. They're designed to keep us safe, right? And in return, right, by our advanced technology and our advanced government and our advanced institutions, our advanced infrastructures, now we have a society where everything's so comfortable, everything's so easily accessible, everything's right at your fingertips. Think about it. You can get food on your phone. You can download DoorDash and get it delivered, right? You can get pornography on your phone in an instant. You can play video games and be entertained in an instant. You can pull up YouTube and be entertained, right? Like, think of all of those things I just mentioned. So food, sex, and entertainment, right? Back in the day, you had to work, you had to have a conversation with a girl to bust a nut, right? I mean, yeah, you could, get a piece of paper and draw naked women or whatever, but it wasn't the same as the high streaming internet porn that you see today, right? So, and then you have food, right? We used to have to hunt and work and store food, right? We had to cook food, right? Think of DoorDash, right? People aren't cooking food, right? And think of the process that has also been taken away. You had to skin an animal, you had to take out the parts, you had to organize it. You had to make sure there wasn't like dirty insects in there in the meat that would, infect your stomach, right? So food, we talked about food, sex, and then entertainment, right? When there was no internet, you had to go to a theater, right? Or you would get in a circle with your tribe members and you guys would tell stories or tell jokes or dance or, sing, right? Or draw. You would do these things with people, right? And the rewards were greater, right? So basically what I'm describing is that we live in an artificial time where everything's so artificial to where we don't have to really work for the things that we want, right? So we don't have to work for food. Well, we have to work obviously, but we don't have to manually get up and go skin an animal and go dissect it and, bring it back and, organize the parts. I mean, we still have to cook. So the cooking process is still there, but most people don't cook, right? So our whole process of working towards food is gone. Our whole process of busting a nut is gone. We just pull up our phones and boom, we're done. And then for entertainment, that is also done. We just pull up YouTube and we watch whoever the hell we want. I don't know, stand-up comedies or, we watch TV shows, right? So you could literally get by without without pretty much interacting with a single human being, right, on a daily basis. So our desire to work, right, it's not there. It's still there, right, for some guys. But for the most part, it's not there because we don't have to, right? And you could argue that guys are lazy, right? And yes, right, guys are lazy. But if everything's given to you, right, like if you're a spoiled brat and you've never had to work for anything, right, and your parents just keep giving you stuff and giving you stuff and giving you stuff, do you think that kid's just gonna like wake up one day after like 30 years of that and just be like, okay, I gotta go work? No, he's not. He's just gonna keep taking the gifts, right, as they come, and he's just gonna keep sedating himself with whatever pleasures he desires, because he's good. He everything's taken care of. His food's taken care of, his shelter's taken care of, his need for sex and entertainment is taken care of. But men, that's really the reason why men don't want to work, right? And then obviously, women, right, is our biggest motivation, right? I don't care what anyone says. A man's biggest motivation is a woman, having sex with a woman and having a family. That is our biggest primordial drive, right? I don't care what anyone says. It's not God. It's not enlightenment. On a physical level, right, on a biological level, we are animals, right? I don't care. We're monkeys. We have a brain, but we're still a monkey. Like, I'm still a monkey, right? I still like sex. I still like food. I still like, like laughing and like, being a dumbass, being a dumb monkey, right? Like we're all monkeys, right? So our biggest drive is that to interact with the opposite sex, right? So we get that typically by acquiring status, acquiring resources, acquiring some sort of skill and talent that allows us to take care of a family, right? And provide resources so that our offspring is safe, our woman is able to raise the offspring, right? But nowadays with women, right, and social media, it's become a lot harder just for the average guy. Even if you're a guy making $50,000 a year, $100,000 a year, it's still, $100,000 a year is arguably really good, right? Like you're in the top 20% of guys. You make more money than 90%, 80% of people. But the problem is women's standards are so high, and we know this, that it's like the average guy wakes up every day and it's like, yo, I gotta bust my ass to promote myself. I gotta stay in this company for years and years and years, or I gotta go to school for a long period of time, or I gotta build a business, right? And then they think of it like, at the end of that, is that when I'm gonna be able to get like an attractive girl, right? After, 5, 10, 15, 20 years of that. It's like, and then you go out, right? Like guys go out and they're doing cold approaches. Like I said, I mentioned that also in another video, but guys are getting rejected left and right. You know what I mean? You're having like no success. Girls are, and it's not even that they're like rejecting you in a friendly way, in a kind way. Women are looking at you like, a lot of them, tell me if I'm wrong, but a lot of girls, like even if you try to talk to them, they're so used to getting approached that they look at your approach like, this is just another guy, like, and they don't want to talk. Like 90% of the time they don't want to talk, right? Either you come off as boring or whatever, right? But the fact of the matter is that they've been approached, and it's really not their fault, it's just the reality of the situation. They've been approached by hundreds or thousands of guys. So when you come up and you're starting to talk, right, she's just naturally like answering questions to kind of get things along and get you out of her face, right? That's just that's my experience. I mean, I'm not the most charismatic guy, don't get me wrong. And quite frankly, I'm going to be honest, I don't want to sound mean, but I'm not here to entertain women or get their emotions or flirt and, make them like feel some type of way. I don't care. Like I said, I'm very upfront, and hey, I think you're cute, this and that. Can we go on a date, right? Simple. Like, I'm not here to like stir your emotions. Maybe I'll ask you a couple questions, but hey, if I'm attractive and you think I'm attractive and you want to, set up a date, let's go on a date, right? Like, that's what I did with my girlfriend. I said, hey, I'm free on Saturday, and she hit me up, right? So, but I'm not here to sit there and have conversations, right? And most guys have the experience where they deal with a girl and they go have a conversation once, maybe they ask her out, she says she's busy, right? And then a few days later, they try again, same thing, I'm busy, or sometimes they get ghosted, right? And then it's like, wow, like, why did she even give me her number, right? So I'm just explaining a phenomenon. Like, guys are just not, like, they understand how women's attitude and mindset has shifted over hundreds of years. And it's like, obviously, men have to adapt, right? So eventually we're going to have to adapt or we'll go extinct, right? Because we just won't be having sex with each other, right? But at the end of the day, that's, I think, one of the reasons why men just wake up and they're just like content. Because it's like, think about it. It's just, I'm willing to put the work in, obviously, right? I enjoy doing this. I enjoy content creation. I enjoy the things I'm learning. But the average guy isn't really interested in that, right? Like, it's their pleasures, like their life's not bad enough to kill themselves. And it's not like, it's also not bad enough for them to like stop what they're doing and improve. Like, it's just good enough to get by another day. Like, most guys are just trying to like experience the most pleasure they can today to just get through today and then do the same thing tomorrow until they're dead, right? Because if not, like, think about it, most guys are just going to kill themselves. It's really a choice between you. Like, I said this in a video like a while back, but I described 3 situations. Guys are either going to do one of 3 things. They're going to self-improve, they're going to go through the work, they're going to go through the struggles, get the money, get the girl, improve their health and live out their dreams and do everything they're supposed to do do the difficult thing for life, right? They're gonna embrace the struggle of life, right? So that's the first guy. The second guy is going to just get by. He's gonna watch the news, he's gonna play video games, he's gonna eat junk food, watch porn, right? Just get by each day, just get by. And then the third guy is gonna say, I'm just gonna kill myself. I'm not gonna deal with life struggles, and I just don't wanna be here, right? Like, I don't wanna just sit here and live day to day in a pleasure cycle, right? So that's really the three options you have as a guy, right? And most guys are guy number two, where they just live in pleasure each day just to get by, because it's better. It's either that, they realize it's either that, they've committed to not being guy number one, they've committed to not embracing the struggle, but they don't want to kill themselves, right? Because maybe they have family, or maybe they have some hope, right? They have some hope that maybe one day a girl will come up to them and approach them and ask them for their number and say they're cute and say they want to go on a date, right? But that's not, like, where you want to be, right? So that's really why guys don't want to work. They have everything at their fingertips. We have easy access to our pleasures and our needs. And also, like, to add to the BS, it's like women are just not as easy to deal with, right? They're more standoffish, they're more creeped out by you simply like coming up to them, right? And they're mainly, I wouldn't say they're disgusted, but they're mainly just like not interested in the average guy, right? Like, there's so many guys now that approach the average girl. Like, the average girl probably gets approached like at least like 2 times a day, I would argue, right? I don't know for sure, but it's like, and then it's like, bro, like, guys look at it like, hey, if that's what I'm dealing with, like, why get a job? Why work through the ranks? Why study? Why do the hard work if I'm just gonna experience that on a daily basis, right? But hey, I mean, you got to do what you got to do, right? But I'm just explaining a phenomenon. So yeah, guys, that's it. That's all. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe. If you guys have any questions, comments, leave them down below. And as always, I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.